The Charlie Kirk memorial service was very bizarre. As always, this is your host, Truth Seeker here, and this is another edition of the Truth Zone. For instance, here you see fireworks going off. Now, this is supposed to be a memorial service, right? Now, of course, they are saying it was a celebration of Charlie Kirk's life. But first, we had the bizarre stuff where she recorded herself over Charlie's casket, right? Wearing a G ring, right? And then you have this right here. And, look at the colors that she is wearing on top of that. The white with the black. Now, obviously, that is one of their calling cards. Now, you could say truth. They were mentioning, Jesus during this. And yes, that's a great thing. Yes, they were mentioning Jesus, and kudos to them for that. But you see what these people do is they do stuff to tug at your heartstrings. And the big way to tug at a lot of people's heartstrings is, through, faith. Now, I'm a Christian myself. So again, that is great that Jesus, is being preached, on live TV like this. It really is. But there is a lot of dark symbolism surrounding this event. Okay. Now, I'm not against Jesus being mentioned. I'm not, obviously, because I'm unashamed of Jesus Christ. He's my everything. But this event had a lot of bizarre things about it. Case in point, as I already pointed out, the black and the white symbolism. And then you had the red symbolism. And usually red has to do with sacrifice, has to do with a blood ritual. And even the white has to do with, purity. And then the black, obviously, the white and the black is duality. So there's a lot of different symbols surrounding this. And again, this also took place during a partial solar eclipse. And something else very bizarre is what RFK Jr. talked about. Listen to this.
He thought that conversation was the only way to heal our country. And this was important, particularly important during a technological age when we are all hooked into social algorithms that are hacked into the reptilian cores of our brain.
Now, listen to what he talked about. It almost sounds in a roundabout way as if he's talking about man merging with machine, right? It also sounds as if he's talking about a certain species, a certain type of species, the reptile, people. That's very bizarre that he mentioned that. So again, you tell me what is going on. You tell me what is going on, because there's a lot of bizarre things surrounding Charlie Kirk and what happened to Charlie Kirk, or the character known as Charlie Kirk. Again, it is awesome that Jesus was mentioned at this event, but again, there was a lot of dark symbolism surrounding this event. Case in point, look at this. Trump and Elon reunited. They ended their beef completely from the looks of it. But look what they are flashing. They are flashing the pyramid, the inverted pyramid that they constantly flash, that others like Andrew Tate and the list goes on, flashes over and over and over and over, because they are showing you that they are part of the club, that they are with the cult, the club, the system. This is what these people are showing you every time they flash stuff like this right here. It's all by design. And if you look right here, it looks almost as if Elon is trying to flash the devil horns. So that is very bizarre in and of itself. And again, this whole thing with Trump and Elon, this beef, this feud that they had was nothing more than part of the show. This was nothing more than a WWE script. And that's what this was. And then even right here, if you notice, Elon and Dana White, does a Freemason type handshake. Notice how Dana's hand is with the finger going up near the wrist and stuff like that. I mean, come on. If people can't see by now that there was a lot of dark symbols surrounding this event, this memorial service, I don't know what more I can say, because there was indeed a lot of symbolism around this event. There was. I mean, come on. All of the color themes and everything else, all of this is by design. And the fact that they chose to do the thing with Charlie 3 days after a blood moon, and then they chose to have his memorial service on a partial solar eclipse. Now, the solar eclipse could not be seen in America, but still, it's very interesting. And the fact, speaking of the duality, he said this right here, Elon did. Charlie was unalived by the dark for showing people the light, dark to light. That is more duality. Now, people could say, oh, no, he's just saying because, Charlie was a believer. He was a Christian, people coming out of the darkness into the light. No, there is a double meaning with this, because obviously Elon is a Satanist. He has been seen wearing the Baphomet on his chest. So this is not what Elon is referring to with this. Now, if it was, somebody else closely related to Charlie Kirk, mentioning this, then that would be different, right? But the fact that Elon is mentioning this should tell you all that you need to know. In a roundabout way, he is mentioning the duality right there for everybody to see, dark to light. Because this is what these people are about. This is what these people do constantly, over and over and over again. They show you exactly what they are about. And again, Elon is definitely not a Christian, because he's about man merging with machine. He's about microchipping people in their brains, and the list goes on. And speaking of the reptilian thing, doesn't Erica Kirk's eyes look a little bizarre right here? Now, I'm not saying one way or the other with anything, right? It's probably just the lighting, but I wanted to also point that out. But again, this whole entire thing with Charlie Kirk was one big ritual, in my honest opinion. And there's a lot of hidden symbolism surrounding this, because again, there's a reason Charlie Kirk was wearing white. There's a reason he wore a shirt with the words freedom on it. There's a reason it involved his neck. There is a reason for all of this, because they are telling you without telling you that they are going to come for the remaining freedom that you have and that I have. And look at this right here. Erica Kirk made sure to flash the devil horns. Now, I know you're going to have people out there be like, oh no, that means I love you. That is sign language for I love you, because she has the thumb out. No. This was the devil horns. This is what this was. This was about their as above, so below stuff. That's what all of this boils down to at the end of the day. This whole entire thing with Charlie Kirk was nothing more than order out of chaos. And you can't be deceived by these people, because there are people that are wolves in sheep's clothing. There are. So again, everything surrounding this stuff of Charlie Kirk just seems very strange. Now, obviously the character is gone, right? But is the person gone? I guess that's another discussion for another time. But again, it's by no accident, it's by no coincidence that they chose the date that they did for the memorial. It's by no accident, it's by no coincidence the day that happened to Charlie Kirk was 33 days before his next birthday. It's by no coincidence that the character of Charlie Kirk and George Floyd both share the same birthday. It's by no accident, it's by no coincidence that the date that happened, that the day that happened was 88 days after Trump's recent birthday, and Trump has all of these ties to 88. And obviously 8, the infinity symbol that is sometimes depicted as a snake eating its own tail, and we are in the year of the snake. It's by no accident or no coincidence for any of this. Or the fact that, look at this, the best time to view Saturn is on September 21st, the day of this memorial service. So I'm asking each and every one of you, is all of this a coincidence, or is there something more going on here? Because from my vantage point, from my viewpoint, this was all part of their rituals that they love to do constantly. That's just my honest opinion. When you begin to look at everything, when you begin to look at all of the signs, when you begin to look at all of the symbolism surrounding this event. Now, again, I'm glad that Jesus was mentioned on live television. I am glad about that. And I hope that that reaches people. I really, truly do. But at the same time, as I've already stated, there are wolves in sheep's clothing. There are. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. And again, this event was full of symbolism. A lot of strange things are indeed happening in the year 2025. Oh yeah, and speaking of the year of the snake, the stadium that they chose to do this in, the outside of the building was designed to represent a barrel cactus with a coiling snake whose head is at the north ramp by gate 2. So there's more snake symbolism. So again, you tell me if this is all a coincidence or if there is something more going on here.